Oh, everyone. Blah. Looks like I combed my hair, but I didn't. What's up? Morning. I know, surprise stream. But more so not surprised. It's more so because I needed to give my first impressions after first day. Early morning, so I can just hit it again and get more information. Well, so let's go cut to the chase. First impressions. I'm really impressed. I'm really impressed on how Modern Warfare 2 looks, feels, sounds, everything. I'm very impressed. We had to have this hands down experience in order for us to actually have anything. Because if we actually have not getting this, imagine all back in the day, all speculation and all everything. So we would have had a hard time grasping all of what they're telling us. So, man, now let's before we go to the bad, let's start with the good. Graphics, awesome. They look perfect. Sounds. Uh, Not only the soundtrack, but the sounds of the weapons, equipment, like everything within the game. Hands down, hands down, two thumbs up. Um, so it's it's very good. Graphics in general, obviously, it's going to have a little bit of bugs since it's a beta, but that can be fixed for the final thing. Uh, Very good, very good, very good graphics. Much more detail than we have seen. So in that sense, I can understand. Um, yeah, it doesn't get better than that. It's almost like I'm looking at. I know that I have an Xbox Series X, so in a sense of way, the graphics are gonna look almost like PC wise, but it almost seems that I'm playing a PC game on an Xbox, even though obviously the Xbox, well, consoles are getting to PC level in a sense of way. Um, at least I can say that for Xbox because Xbox PC, I don't know for PS5. I don't know one. I don't plan to owning one. So yeah, you can call me an Xbox fanboy, but still, on that regard, uh, so yeah, fidel like sounds, graphics. Uh, let's talk about gameplay. It's very good. It's very. I can understand some COD COD creators that yes, it's somehow the movement still feels a little bit campy, but at least you can identify, and you have the equipment. Speaking about campers, we're going to talk about it, but yeah, they're still present, but you still have that COD feeling. It's almost like playing Modern Warfare 2019, but a very upgraded version. Um, I don't know how to put it elsewhere. It's like multiply, I think, by 5 or by 10. Excuse me. So, on that sense, it's very good. Um, how the gunsmith system works, it's a very positive. I know we have a limited one right now, but still, it feels good. It feels, how to put it? They need to fix a little bit the menu on the gunsmith. Not so much when putting the tantrums, but more so on the progression tree. Um, to actually, when you move the cursor for each attachment of each weapon variant, they need to move the screen because sometimes it's like you get into the last attachment, but you cannot see it until you're in the bottom one. Is like, no, they gotta fix that, but still, it looks good. In a certain way, it's intuitive. I understand that it might have had concerns, on how you unlock all of these and everything. But right now, so far, I'm not complaining. The way that you level up the weapons is very good. A little bit too fast, but I understand why is it this as at this speed that you're unlocking attachments for the weapon. I know why the level up weapon is fast maybe because of the beta, but more so because of the type of, how do I put it? Because there's so many weapon variants within the same uh, weapon platform, you can understand it. You know, obviously the M4 with its three ones that we have, three ones, actually four. We got the M4, obviously base, but you have the Icarus, the Recon, the Hurricane, the M16. So you need to unlock those attachments. Yes, it's a lot of, in between quotes, grinding, but at least it makes you have as like, you want that attachment, you got to play with the other weapons in order. It's not like what have we been dealing is like, you level up until a certain point. No, you use other weapons until you get the one that you want, and then you just use that weapon for the rest of the game. Kind of what we had in since weapon leveling, since Black Ops 2. Because I remember that once I unlocked the M8A1, I played with the M8A1 all the time and unlocked it and did the two prestiges that it had. And then obviously my first prestige token was uh, on the M8A1, and I never looked back since until I wanted to hit Master Prestige. How do you do it? You grind all the other weapons for the camouflage XP, and I did, and I got diamond. That's the only thing that I have diamond on. It's the only game that I have a diamond, so that's saying something. I think I have gold on all. I think. Oh, I'm trying to remember if I have gold on Modern Warfare 3, but I think not. I think not. I think not. So yeah, that's the only one that I have all the weapons in diamond. That's the Black Ops 2. But yeah, and it's very understandable. I don't disagree on it. I'm not against it. I agree. It should be a good way to actually get you familiar with different styles of your same weapon platform. Every situation. Hell, you can even create within the same platform your LMG, your marksman, your SMG with the same weapon. Creating your classes. So, in that sense, I applaud you. Very very ingenious way Infinity Ward to actually do that. Another positive. Well, we have a lot of equipment now. Um, very much so. It's not only recycled; they added a few things. We got the shock stick. Um, so yeah. Well, Infinity Ward's version of the shock stick, because the only other shock stick that we had was in Black Ops 2. And we all know that hassle that it was. He threw um, a shock stick near your claymore, so it's like it shocked, or the proximity mine, and then it shocks you, and then the proximity mine comes and boom, kills you. That combo was just so devastating in Black Ops 2. Um, it was just, everybody hated it, and that's why almost every time you had to run with an EMP grenade in order to disable that shit. Um, so yeah, it was annoying, but at least there was counters to it. um, Speaking of counters, we got a new lethal that actually helps you take campers in the room. Well, in between quotes, but at least it gets them a hit marker in order for you to actually go in and either flash or stun them, and then you go in and take them out. And that's the drill charge. Um, it's very good. My only thing, and I don't know if it can be possible, is that if you throw it to the ground, can it please detect that this is something from Infinity Ward. If you throw in a drill charge to the ground, can it please detect that it's in the ground and explode like a grenade? Boom, and like immediately recognizes it's a ground instead of just drilling and then the charge and it does nothing. So please, can somebody tell Infinity Ward that? Because man. Anyways, anything good for the kill streaks? Yes, there's good, and there's also a little bit of bad. So I think we're gonna make the transition to it later. But before we talk about kill streaks, I want to talk about the maps because they're good. They're very good. It seems that the design of it is awesome. I feel that it's intuitive. It might have its campy spots, but the equipment that you have, the lethals and tacticals, it's enough for you to actually, take it, take them out. Those campers, there's no, you got that silence, you got the DDoS in order to take down their trophy system. So that's a good thing. Um, Also nullifies. I got DDoS one time and I was trying to use a kill streak and then nullify it. It's almost like the EMP version of the of this Modern Warfare, and I like it. Uh, so yeah, instead of a certain area, it's now it's still a certain area, but it's now a little bit more bigger, and it actually makes more sense than the EMP drone. You don't kill players with EMP drone, but well, actually with the DDoS, but hey, you can actually disrupt their systems a little bit easier. You don't have to wait for the fucking impact of the drone. Sorry. So, anyways, that's the good thing. The other good thing, but many have questionable things about it, the perk system. I understand that many people have concerns about the perk system because of how is it structured and everything. And I read what Infinity Ward said about the perk system. I agree. I know that Exclusive Ace, in a sense of way, hates it, but he understands it and he just wants, a little bit of more solution to it. After having hands down to it, even for just one day, my only complaint would be the timing. Because there's some matches that I'm not sure if it has changed from weekend one to weekend two. The amount of kill, like score kill, you get for your perk system to be upgraded because um, some matches I just arrived and then I got 2-3 kills, even though it's halfway, but I got 2-3 kills and it immediately got my bonus perk. So I'm not sure if the timing, well, not the timing, but more so the score you earn, it's increased with towards the perk system than anything. I think it requires more testing on that part. I understand the shakeup. I got no complaints about it. You know, makes you create a little bit more different styles of play. I understand that many people is like, oh well, I don't have this, I don't have that. It's like we had counters in the past. Here's the thing, and I think this is why they shaked it up and the perk system and everything. And I understand why uh moving, pairing it up with the field upgrades, especially with Dead Silence, they say that silence is just a field upgrade, it's not returning as a perk. In the past, we had counters for Dead Silence. Yes. But here's the thing. The level of how to put this one. Infinity Ward and Treyarch have gone two different ways. And it mostly started with Ghosts. what do I mean by this? Is that, well, actually started in Black Ops 2, but it's pairing apart. What do I mean by this? You, if you wanted to play a more archaic Call of Duty, Treyarch was trending in that direction with Black Ops 2 and its multiplayer. You can see it, and even though you had your perk customization pick 10 system and it was revolutionary, but still it felt a little bit more archaic. When Ghost was introduced, you can see where Infinity Ward wanted to go. Uh, it was like definitive. You could see they wanted to try a little bit more realism. Obviously, campaign, you know, but on the multiplayer side, you started to see it. It's like creating this, and I think they diverge. Well, they could have diverged so much because Advanced Warfare and their advanced movement system and Infinity War couldn't create their own type of realism until Modern Warfare 2019. And then we saw it that Treyarch's Black Ops Cold War was actually um, archaic. You know, it's like taking the Modern Warfare engine, even though it was a hybrid, but you could feel it that it felt more archaic than realistic. And Infinity War, what it's trying to do over here is trying to make it more realistic than archaic. Even though it's still caught, even though yes, its origins were archaic, but this is the perspective of each studio, its own spin. It's not justifying that they cannot make it into a perk, but it's more so telling you why they're thinking the way that they're thinking. To many people, they're going to disagree on it. To other people, they're going to agree on it. I'm in the sense of way of I'm agreeing on it, but why don't you, like Exclusive as said, it's like, well, we can make it, not that silence, but more so like, um, how to put it? I don't know. Instead of calling it dead silence, you can make a perk call it feline because felines, or I don't know, yeah, felines tend to walk quietly. So, or Pollex or something like that. I don't know, something stupid. But I understand what their approach is. Realistically, yes, with all the equipment, you cannot muffle your sounds. You still sound. You can walk as quiet as you can, but still, uh, it's not in combat. It's not all the time quiet. So yeah, I can understand their approach because their approach is like when shit hits the fan. When everything goes fubar. You cannot walk quietly in the battlefield. You can try to sneak, walking slow or crouching in order for you to actually hide your position for a little bit. But yeah, I understand that approach. They're saying, no, realistically in combat, you don't have quiet footsteps. So, on that sense, I understand that logic because I understand why are they trying to do. Because even in this Call of Duty, in Modern Warfare 2, you can actually see it. They're trying to approach a little bit more realistic. Because another questionable thing is there's no reload cancels. You got to finish the process of the reloads in order for you to have more ammo to shoot. That's a good thing and that's a bad thing. But at least you know what? In the perspective of belt fed LMGs, that's a very positive thing. Because in the past, you couldn't reload cancel on an LMG. And at least here is like you dumped the other mag. Oh, your LMG has no mag. But you switch to your pistol or your other gun in order for you to actually take down the other opponent. And then when you take it down and you switch to your LMG to finish the reload, at least you don't have to start the process all over again. Now it's halfway through, so you insert the other belt mag, and then you just close it, and that's it. Instead of having to do the whole fucking animation again, and on that sense, sorry, that's good. Obviously, with SMGs, AR, all the rest of the weapons, yeah, it's frustrating. But hey, um, I think here's my perspective on this. Speaking about gameplay, why I feel that it's a good thing because it's fluent and everything, but more so on this little aspect. The part that is trying to tell you is that if you look at the history of all Call of Duties, what's the primary thing that they accuse us COD players? Is that every start of the match we just rush. That's all we do. Rush, 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 rush to get kills, to do all the stunts and everything. But what happens when there's players that play it or try to play it tactically? Because Battlefield has disappointed lately. So on that sense, it's like, oh well, they come to Call of Duty and they try to play it tactically, but they can't because they have the typical rusher that doesn't give a shit about realism and just want to play and get kills and do stupid shit. What do you do? You have to find a way to actually nerf a rusher. No, enough, just enough. Enough for him to enjoy the game, but still say, "Hey, oh, this guy's playing tactically." He's like, "Oh, I better watch out." But there's some rushers that don't give a shit. Let's be plain and honest, and that's sometimes the majority of the players when we play at certain times. So yeah, yes, there's always going to be campers in every game. There's going to be campers. So that Call of Duty, it's always filled with campers. Well, there was also campers in fucking Battlefield. There was always campers in Apex. There's always campers. It doesn't matter what type of shooter. Even in Halo, God, for fuck's sakes. Let's go back. Let's change it a little bit. It was like Halo first. Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3. All the Halos have campers. Where there were ways to actually neutralize campers, yes. Did we always take those measures into account and actually use them most of the time? No, because it's like, fucking camper, you should play it. Like, no, there's always going to be campers in games. So stop complaining that, it's a camper. Take the measures. We have a new equipment that to actually take campers away. That's the drill charge. You got the shock sticks in order for it to actually, neutralize it a little bit in order for you to actually take action. There's ways of taking out campers. You just gotta learn, you gotta adapt. It's not like I wanna rush all the time. No. So you gotta understand in that perspective. You might say, oh, they're trying to nerf the rusher to the point that you cannot rush. It's like, no, what it's telling you the game to do is you want to rush? Okay, but do it taking the precautions that there's players playing tactically. Yes, there's going to be campers on it, so take your measures. Or adapt or change your rushing style. Be it a tactical rush, in order for you to actually gain. I had two matches in which I was communicating with the lobby players. We were playing it tactically, and we were actually rushing also. In the sense of it, like we were moving like 2 or 3, and not very close, but still close enough that if one of us died, the other one could take the other guy out, and then the other one would be nearby in order for you to actually, So in that sense, you can rush tactically. It's just more. It's just you got to take your precautions. Communicate with your team. I understand that. Here's a questionable thing, and this is going to lean a little bit into the bad thing before we touch on maps. The disbanding of lobbies. I get it. But at the same time, just know. Just know. I think at this point, you should really have uh, the system that we had for years on lobbies. I understand it doesn't, doesn't let you refresh. You can create rivalries, the chat, and everything. But let the lobby. Here's the thing: if you want to disband lobbies, let it disband every 2-3 matches. 3 matches and that's it. Because on that sense, in a sense of where you can create a little bit of a rivalry, but also you're making players adapt to other players a little bit more often in order for them to actually gain enough experience after the match on different game styles. And then when the lobby is disbanded after the third match, they have gained that experience and then they can put it to the test in another lobby. That way, your player gains more knowledge, much more enjoyable experience because, hey, now I can test what I've learned through these 3 matches with the same lobby that I had a rivalry with. So, in that sense, I think they should disband it every 3 matches instead of just at the end of every match disband the lobby and then a new one. It's like, no, let it stay 2-3 matches. Yeah, 3 matches, and then yeah, and there you have it. Um, moving towards maps, they're good, plain and simple. Let's change it out to the positive. They're very good. Maps, size, the way they look, the way there's a few camping spots, but hey, at least people notice where they are and they can take them out. Um, going back to the camper thing, but a little bit, but yeah, maps in general are very good. The aesthetics, the flow, everything. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. They have made the changes. It's not so easy to hide in a fucking corner. But moving to a questionable bad thing. No names to the enemy. Here's what I propose, and I think everybody must remember the Modern Warfare 2019 beta. When we had allies, we could see the outlines in blue. Why not make those outlines with the enemies? Because sometimes without the name, without the red name above them, they can hide. They can choose. If we don't have something that can identify an enemy, we're soon gonna have the same problem that we have with the rose skin through Warzone. Hiding in corners, no name tag because they're using cold blooded. Uh, I understand that there's no cold blood until the end. So on that sense, it's like, but yeah, um, they need to address that one. I'm thinking the red outline, or more so not the red, but more so like I don't know, yellow, something vibrant that tells you this is the enemy. Because yes, you can identify your team because of the name tags, but please just something because we need it in order to identify the enemies. Um, in order to see them, on the dark spots of the map, camping and everything. So, yeah, this is the water. Drink water, guys. Um, so in that sense, they need to do something with the names of the enemies. I don't know. I understand they want to move from the red enemy names above them. Um, I think the best way would be if you don't want to identify the enemy, you can actually put like a diamond on top, outline the enemy red, and then put a diamond on top that, yeah, this is an enemy. Oh no, but that would identify more so than AI. You know what? Put the name, but outline the guy red in order for you to identify it that it's over there. Um, because goddamn, there's some spots that it's hard to identify enemies at a longer range. So yes, please, Infinite War, do something about the name thing quick because sometimes at a distance it's hard to identify the enemies. I think that's covered. No, kill streaks, they're good. I do got one request. The goddamn care package, it just drops too slow. Please make it faster. Please make it a faster drop. Cause damn, I counted it, and it's like almost an eternity to actually get my care package down. So please make it a little bit faster. Yeah, I got. We talk about kill streaks. We talk about weapons, the gunsmith. Oh, well, we haven't seen the operators, so I cannot talk about the customization of the operators. Um, the aesthetics of them look good. I suppose new operators means that all the operators from Modern Warfare 2019 that we had for Warzone got nuked. So, or most of them, because we got Ghost, we got Price, so Farah. But the rest they're gone. Sorry, D Day. Uh, there's also that Alice Mara. So, uh, that's sad. So I don't know what to say about customs of operators. I mean, they look good, but until we have the full release, we cannot see how you can customize it, or if it is suit the complete suit, or is it just individual parts. Um, One big positive that I've been noticing, and that is helping me on my game a little bit more, the feel of view. Holy shit, we needed it on console. We needed it. I changed mine to 100. I can see a little bit more, and I'm thankful for that because it helps your vision. Goddamn it, and the big difference between playing at 100 than playing at, I think it's a 60 on Modern Warfare 2019. I don't know how am I gonna handle until the release, because it's going back to a tunnel vision instead of a wider perspective of things. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough week after the beta. But in any case, I am so glad that I have played, that I have experienced beta, that I'm experiencing actually. Uh, I'm looking forward to what changes. I have just played Invasion. I haven't played Ground War. Ground War's not still in. I'm waiting for it. If they have added right now, I'm just gonna try it because, man, it's gonna. Let's just plain and simple put it this way: this game is gonna kick ass in multiplayer. I don't know how's it gonna be for Warzone. Um, what we saw in the beta, well, not a beta, what we saw in the event that was like an alpha beta type thing. Oh boy, it's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of new mechanics, and there's concerns, myself included. I'm concerned about it because I don't know how it's going to work. How is it going to fix everything? I don't know how it's, plain and simple. We don't know the future of Warzone, if it's going to be good or bad. We hope that it's going to be good, that they take the feedback from the creators at the event and the people that saw the event. So But in any case, it's time to get back to life. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you enjoy. We're going to talk about more stuff with Modern Warfare 2 once it released fully. Obviously, after beta, I'm going to have my final thoughts on the beta and what I like or did it. Well, I already said it, but more so if it changed. If it not, well, you're going to hear about it. So until then, stay safe, take care of yourself, loved ones, and until next time, big trust.